And just to know, we're all not perfect. And just because everything isn't perfect doesn't mean you can't do business. Just protect yourself. Protect yourself with the personal guarantee and deposits. And you want to ensure that you are the priority and that you get paid first. Provisions in the application can also protect you. If needed, talk to your attorney, get some legal advice to determine what provisions need to be present in your applications, and just be thorough. Know that if you spend the effort up front, if something goes south or something goes wrong, it's going to save you a ton of time and money in the back end. Spend a little time up front, it's going to save you time and money in the back end. And this is what this is all about. This is about protecting your interests, but you want to continue to do business. Credit monitoring and transaction documentation. So, it might seem obvious, but make sure you're documenting transactions. You'd be surprised how often a transaction takes place and it's just not documented properly. Shortcuts are taken. Just make sure things are properly documented. You want to make sure when you generate an invoice, get a signature. Make sure that the person who signs for the goods or services is authorized to sign. You want to be certain that all parties are aware of the terms and conditions of the transaction before signing. So sometimes this is a good time to get an initial. Have them initial the terms, net 30. Okay? It's really easy to ask for an initial. Some folks they'll try to take advantage of that and they'll try to push those net terms, making it into a small interest-free loan. One way to ensure that they are aware of it is to get that initial. In some cases, you might ask for a partial payment down, usually half down, and then payment in full within 30 days. If there are penalties, they should be clearly defined if the obligation is not met. The borrower needs to be well aware of what actions will be taken if they default. That includes interest, penalties, legal costs, up to and including collection costs. Collection costs should be defined in your terms and conditions. Credit monitoring. Okay. If there's one thing that's consistent, it's change. And, things change. People leave companies. Companies make bad decisions, or worse, companies enter into agreements that go sour beyond their control. So, a lot of times folks, or companies, they'll do a credit deal that has nothing to do with you, okay? And they'll put everything they have into it, and it'll go south, and it'll impact you. So, in any case, credit worthiness can quickly change. It's important to stay informed of changes. A change in credit worthiness can put you at risk. The whole purpose of commercial credit management is to reduce risk. So why would we jeopardize ourselves now by not paying attention to the road? Pay attention to the companies we have extended credit to. It's why it's important that we monitor the companies that we extend credit to on a regular basis to understand if they've been stressed and may fall short of expectation. And I tell you what, one of the first places you're going to see this is online. Reputation management and online credit scores are going to be the first indication of any type of stress. The last person that they're not going to pay is the bank. When you look at their banking credit score from one of the big three, that's the last thing that's going to be impacted. The first thing that's going to be impacted is their reputation. You'll find that companies that are stressed and overextending themselves, what they'll try to do is they'll try to gain products and services to leverage at a later date, knowing that they will soon not have the capital to buy goods that they need to run their business in the near future. What they do is they'll turn your invoice transaction into a long-term loan. For example, they'll put in an order in for you, you'll send them a product, and then they won't pay you, hoping that they can get enough product in stock, in inventory, so they can sell that over the longer term to meet their current obligations and not pay you. You're the last person who's going to get paid. We want to prevent this from happening by monitoring these companies to get those first indications so we can limit or maybe altogether stop products and services going out the door. You might want to get payment up front if you know that they're struggling. It happens. Every business one day will shut their doors. You don't want to be part of that of that last 6 months, whatever is going in businesses. Most startups, most businesses are going to go under within 5 years. Understanding how long they've been in business and they try to grow too fast, So you don't want to be part of that plan that fails for them. So make sure you keep an eye on the road, and if you see any struggle, if you see any stress, there's your sign to start limiting credit or stopping advances altogether. Maybe you want cash up front. So what do you do in credit defaults? So you've got an open invoice, it's gone, it's net 30, and now 60 days, now 90 days have gone by. You did everything right. You verified all the information. As part of your approval process, you incorporated a personal guarantee, but the account went south and isn't paying. Try to reach out to them, and this is what happens. You try to reach out to them, and they're not returning calls or emails. Even worse, they're answering the phone, but they're screening their calls, and you can't get anyone on the phone to address the bill. So what do you do now? Well, the first thing to do is leverage your online reputation, your customer satisfaction scores. You go online, you do an online survey. Companies will go out of their way to keep their reputation in good standing. So that's one of the first things you want to do is look at online reputation. This goes both ways. When you have a great experience, write a nice review and share it. This helps businesses share how awesome they are. You're having good service from this business, and they'll respond in kind. Publish a review that highlights some of the nice things, some of the pleasantries that you've had with the business. So other businesses know out there that, hey, this is a great company to do business with. Transversely, what we want to do is when we have some difficulties, you want to highlight some of the difficulties you've been having, and you might just get some results. If you give honest feedback, and you have the right to give honest feedback, you'll get the results that you want. Customer satisfaction surveys have been around for a while, and you may have been asked to answer a survey after a customer support call to one of your favorite businesses. So usually it's like, hey, after this call, can you give a survey? And these results usually are not shared with the customer and are designed to improve customer service and satisfaction. And this is all internal information. But more recently, some online services and blogs provide a forum for honest reviews and feedback that give a public-facing opinion. We recommend participating in surveys and forums that provide feedback about your business-to-business experiences. It's going to be helpful for you. Online customer satisfaction surveys and reviews are a great way to share our opinions, get valuable input, and get results. Share your great experiences or share an opportunity for improvement. So this goes both ways. All types of feedback are important, and if a business wants to continue to provide the highest level of customer service, a positive feedback lets people know that they're getting it right, and your positive reinforcement will ensure that they continue to provide excellent service. And communicating these areas of opportunity offers a business some valuable feedback. Companies can use this information to make changes to improve overall customer experience and drive customer satisfaction, which you are one. So there is the Consumer Review Fairness Act. The Consumer Review Fairness Act provides or protects consumers' ability to share their honest opinions about a business product, service, or conduct in any form, and that includes social media. The FTC has tips to help your company comply with the law, and you'll find a link to the Consumer Review Fairness Act in the link below, right?